Hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite internet show that nobody watches, the Yanek Show, episode 35. I hope that you're doing well. How is your week going? Yes, I love it. It's great. Woo! Now, before I start with the big announcements and the very special episode that I have prepared for you this week, I just need to address, as you can see, my new decorated box. And who doesn't like a nice box? Hey, vagina jokes. Yes, Michael, you a filthy little savage. You starting with those dirty sex jokes. Yes, I am a dirty little savage. Thank you. May I have another? Okay, so as you can see here, I don't know if you can see very well, but we have all different type of stickers. We have was a Senator KFC chicken, Colonel Sanders. We have the SpongeBob, and we have Funko Pop, Captain America, USA. Ooh, goddamn! And we have Elmo Foot, and we have all other stuff. And yeah, I really like this box. If you go to my Instagram, you can see like a Instagram at Mike Yanek. Little cheap plug. You can see like a picture of all the stickers and all the stuff. But I like this box, so I'm trying to decorate and accessorize. Okay. Oh, the other thing is I started looking into furniture, just two chairs and a little high table and one more mic, because I want to start bringing you guests. Maybe, hopefully, maybe October. No, September, October, maybe October or November. Hopefully, I'll try to bring, or maybe next year, from the beginning of next year. But I just need to buy the stuff, and I have the space. I checked out everything, and I have some. I asked a few very good, very friend of mine, comedians, very nice people. So I'll try to bring you once a month. So you're gonna have 3 episodes of the Mike Yanek Show, which is just me and you, very intimate conversation. And then once a month is going to be the guest edition. So it's going to be a bit of mix and match. They're very fun, very great people. It's going to be a little interview section, we're just gonna talk for a bit, but then we're gonna have like few segments. We're gonna do story time, we're gonna play Would You Rather, we're gonna be like a fan questions and answers, we're gonna have I don't even know, we're gonna review ugly tattoos or whatever it is. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but I need to buy a few more stuff, technology and all that stuff. And I'll try to bring you, as I'm climbing the ranks of the comedy industry, I'll try to bring you some more high profile comedians and stuff, and people who are maybe professional comedians, because I know a few now. And maybe if I'm really nice to them in the next few months, maybe they'll do me a favor. And some people that are, semi-professional, but they're very, very good. And also, because all the people I know are comedians, but I want to interview and have guests, other type of people as well, not only comedians. And one of the things, like I said, one of the things that I want to have on this podcast is I want to interview a professional stripper. Okay, doesn't matter if a female or a male, doesn't matter. Okay, the only qualification is, obviously, you need to be very good at English, because if you're not British stripper, which we don't discriminate, okay, like make stripping great again. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate. It's not an issue if you're a non-British stripper, making money in our great country, but you need to be able to speak good English. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to stand there with some, skinny Eastern European stripper who barely speaks. Like, yes, story time. One time I have this client who throw pennies at me. He threw £1 coins at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear stuff like that. So yeah, it doesn't matter, man or woman, as long as you've been a professional stripper for 5 years. So if you know somebody, and I know you do, you filthy animals, spread the word, okay? Because this is the person that I want to get on the show. And I'm not joking. People always think it's a joke. Some of my mates like, I saw that, blah, blah, blah. You joke. I was like, no, why should I joke about something like that? I want to talk to a stripper, okay? I have so many questions. And the guest episodes, they're going to be 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. They're not going to be half an hour, so they're going to be a full show. And yeah, that's it. The other thing is, sorry, there's a lot of plugins this episode, by the way. There's timestamps, as you know, on each episode. If you want to skip like all the announcements, that's completely fine. But I have a lot of stuff going on because I went back to gigging now. I have a few upcoming gigs, which I'm gonna tell you my upcoming gig in a second, which is tomorrow. I'm very excited because I'm going to be bringing you some behind the scenes / documentary / the day of slash the life of a slash vlog style of videos, which is called, it's going to be like just my day of a gig. When I get the gig, when I'm preparing to get ready, travel there, doesn't matter if it's with train, bus, car share, whatever it is, because it always, something happens always as a comedian when you travel to these places, and being a comedian is very stressful and it's very intense and it's very time consuming, but on the other hand, it's very joyful. It's good when it goes well, especially. It's chaos, it's so much adrenaline and all these emotions, and people loving you, or if you do bad, people booing you and hating you, want to beat you up after a gig, what I'm saying? So it's a very, very weird experience being a comedian, and that's why I want to capture all of that, because I think it's going to be super interesting for casual comedy fans, or for maybe if you're aspiring comedian, or if you're part of the industry, or you're a comedian in another part of the world and you're just interested how the British scene works. So this is like behind the scenes, and it's going to be, me getting there, talking shit with comedians, bantering in green rooms, or, in a corner somewhere at the pub, and then I will be giving you some actual footage of me on stage. So either if I improvise something, or if something happened, something funny happened, or somebody said something in the crowd, I'll give you that. Or if nothing happened, I'll just give you a little chunk of my actual material, because most people don't put out their material. But I was thinking the other day, like, well, like, it's going to be at least 5, 6, or 7 years probably before I record some sort of a special. You know what I mean? I'm not like a professional comedian. I hope to be one day. You know what I mean? But I was like, I'm just gonna give it like little chunks here and there. Why not? I mean, and I write material constantly, so it's okay, and even I have some bits that I don't want to do anymore. So I mean, they're good bits, but I don't know. I just don't want to do them. So I just rather give that online to be like, okay, at least people will see it, and that's it. And also, me after the gigs and all that stuff, I recorded the first one a few days ago. It's edited, it's uploaded. I haven't released it yet. I'm very happy with the way it came out. It's about 8 minutes, so I'll try to keep each episode about 10 minutes, and but the only thing is, because I've never filmed stuff like that, I've never edited stuff like that, I'm quite happy with the edit. I'm very pleased with the editing. It's very basic, simple editing, but I think it looks very enjoyable and easy to consume. But the thing is, because with me, I'm filming with my phone, and I don't even know where my phone was. I was like, what is my phone? And there was a few parts where it was a little bit shaky, or maybe I didn't look at the camera right, or maybe like, oh, I should have filmed that. But I'm learning, and each episode, I believe, is going to get better and better. But it was very interesting, and I loved it. And I have a gig tomorrow, which is I'm going to film again and do the video. And what I'm going to do is, when I have a few, because I want to release one each week, and I want to be consistent, like with the podcast. Every Wednesday, boom, you get an episode. 9 in the morning, boom, it's there. Except I think only one time. It was a bit late. I posted it at 2 or something, because I literally recorded it last minute. I was very busy, and I think it was episode 30. So anyway, this is very exciting for me. We're going to have the guests as well, and I'm working very, like, 2020, because it was kind of weird. We had the pandemic, so we didn't do comedy for half a year almost. So I really focused on my online presence, and now going into 2021, I'm really gonna step up the whole production and output and all that type of stuff. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, or if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, follow me there, because I will be putting out a lot of content. And I think I'm a pretty entertaining person. Especially, I'm quite happy with the way the little vlog went. I still haven't decided on the name of the series and the branding and all that stuff, but I'm currently working on it, and you will be receiving that pretty soon. So there's some pretty good, interesting things happening now. My gig tomorrow, the details are here. It's called, so the gig is in Manchester, starts 7 o'clock, Lions Den Bar, the Latvia, and the comedy night. go and check it out if you are in Manchester, or if you're one of my many fans across this country. And if you're listening, go and check me out tomorrow. We can shake hands, we can bump the little elbows, and we can body slam each other on tables. It's not a problem. I will really enjoy it. Yeah, come and see me, and I'll be recording everything. And if you want to be a part of my little clips and stuff, you can always tell me, and I'll always include you. Not a problem. And I'm going to talk shit with me comedian mates. Now, okay, enough with the advertising, because look, we're almost 10 minutes in. 1/3 of the podcast already gone. Now, today's episode, a very special episode, because we reached the pinnacle of online fame, which means we've actually started to gather a bit of a fan base. And by fan base, I mean a few of my comedian mates who are trolling me online. But what I'm trying to say is I actually gathered enough content to do a special episode where it's all about fan questions and answers. Whoa. Yes, today is like a very special episode. I have 6 questions from you, the good people of Mike Nation, the residents, the civilians, the hardworking men and women of Mike Nation. And thank you so much for being a citizen, and I'm going to read them to you now. And the thing is, keep in mind, some of my comedian mates are trolling me, but there's a few actual legit questions. Now, the first question is, because, I don't want to run out of time again, like always. So, okay. So, Matthew Duffy, via a Facebook, asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Ha, 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 Matthew, you're so funny, you're so clever, look at you. Okay, now the thing is, Matthew Duffy is one of those. So he's a comedian. He's one of my comedian mates. I've gigged with him a couple of times. He's a very sweet guy, but he thinks he's funny. Oh. And because he's very tall fella, and he knows I'm short. And did you see what he did? What he just did? Because he is assuming that I still haven't grown up because I'm 5'5". Well, I'll tell you something, Matthew. Okay, let me tell you something, brother. When I put my big boy shoes on, I'm 5'7". Oh, give me a hell yeah. Yeah, I'm 5'7", bro. Look at these pythons. Look at these muscles. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me fix my. Look how fucking good I look in this shirt, bro. It's linen shirt. It's a bit scriggly, but I like it this way. You know what I'm saying? It makes me look like a bad boy who just woke up. Like, hey, how you doing? And so yeah, okay. In all fairness, I'll answer these questions as much as I can. When I was a kid, my biggest dream was, when I grow up, to be a archaeologist. Little Mikey boy archaeologist, just there digging. And I'm not exaggerating. I was obsessed with ancient Egypt, with like dinosaurs, with civilizations that don't exist anymore, Roman Empire, ruins, all that type of stuff, with geography, with history. I'm still a nerd, but I was obsessed when I was a kid. And I used to go to my cousin. So my cousin, they used to have a house, and in the garden, we used to literally just dig up everything in the garden, and we find little stuff and rocks and bones or whatever. It's Bulgaria, bro. Hey, I mean... There's a lot of dead people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there was dead people in my cousin's garden. Damn. We're gonna get in legal trouble now, goddamn. No, I'm not saying that. But probably there was some bones. They used to have a bunch of cats and stuff back in the day. But they don't have that many cats nowadays. So what do you think? You bury a cat in the front garden or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. I'm getting sad now. I'm thinking about cats dying. And so... And we used to dig all the time. So I was about 7 years old or 8 years old, and I was obsessed. I had my little hat. We had like a little utensils or whatever, and they had like these little kits, little toys. My first archaeology set and that type of stuff, And I remember one of my mom's boyfriends back in the day, when I was, no, how old was I? I was in the 2nd grade, I remember. So that means about 8, 9, something like that. I don't know. I was a bit stupid. So, so I remember, and I don't know if I really like this guy, but I remember one day he asked me, "Oh, little Mike, what do you want to do when you grow up?" And I'm a little kid, I'm super excited, and I'm like, "When I grow up, I want to be an archaeologist, and I want to dig up, and I want to find stuff, and I want to be, I don't know, like discover new, ancient species and find Bigfoot or whatever, doesn't matter, right? And I remember he said, like, this fucking bastard, he said to me, well, archaeologist? Well, that's stupid. And I'm just like, what? Because I'm 8 years old, bro. And he's like, really? That's really dumb. Like, that's a complete waste of time. You cannot make any money with being an archaeologist. What are you talking about? When you grow up, you need to be like a real job. You want to be something that you can work and you can make money and provide for your family. That is a stupid profession. You better give up. And he was like a grown man. He said that with a straight face to a 8-year-old. And I just stood there and I started crying, bro. Like, I was like, meh. I literally, like a little bitch. I should do this as a bit on stage, by the way. Honestly, like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? I'm 8 years old. I started crying and then I gave up. I was like, nah, fuck this shit. This is lame. So yeah, when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to be an archaeologist. Then, when I became a teenager, not a teenager. Oh yeah, teenager. I was about, 7th grade. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So when I was, 13 or 14, something like that. No, 13, yeah. Or maybe even 12, I don't know. I became obsessed with basketball for about 4 to 5 years, and I trained. Yeah, I know. If people see me, whenever I say to them I used to train a sport, can you guess what it was? They never say basketball. One time somebody said, no, what, basketball? And I was like, yeah, how did you guess? And they were like, get the fuck out of here. You don't look like a basketball player. And I used to be good, though, in all honesty. And I trained for 4 years, and I used to be on a team and all that type of stuff. And I genuinely wanted to become a basketball player. I wanted to make all my money playing basketball, which is insane. You know what I mean? Like, but when you grow up, and I got a lot of injuries, and then I became 17, and I don't know, man. I just like 17, 18, those teenage years. And I kind of lost because I was so into it, so obsessed all the time for 5 years. I didn't do anything else. And then, I kind of hit you because, when you grow up, and I was still small. Like when I was, I've been this size since I was 16 or whatever, 17. And I wasn't growing anymore. And everybody was huge. And I was like, no, fuck this shit. And, so hold on. But yeah, that's it. And then when I grow up a little bit more, I wanted to become like a businessman, an entrepreneur. That didn't work out. And now I want to become a comedian. But let's see, because how many times I have to fail before, we'll see what happens. But this is like, see, I answered your stupid question seriously. Okay, next question is from Culam Callium. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry, mate. His via Instagram, his Instagram handle is puxking.dxes. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Good question. Favorite comedian of all time. My favorite comedian of all time is Robin Williams. It's not even close. My favorite stand-up comedians are. I have to say Robin Williams again, yeah. So it's Robin Williams, Cat Williams, and Joanne Rivers. So, but yeah, there is a great few sets. They're kind of hard to find online. I needed to go to some like a Chinese websites, some off YouTube websites to find them. But there's like a few specials of Robin Williams when he was young, and the comedy clubs, and because he has like two HBO specials, but these are like the cocaine years when he was like really hyped up on drugs, and he was like really young and improvising, and it's like an hour show, and there's a portion where he literally brings a person from the audience and they improvise. He doesn't know him, and he improvises, and he's so quick and so brilliant. There's a special, I think, in San Francisco. I don't remember the names. I'm very bad with names and stuff like that and dates, but I will put pictures so you'll see them. So go and check them out if you're a Robin Williams fan. If you're a Cat Williams fan, pretty much all of his work until He had a special recently. It was okay, but he had some issues with drugs and crime and getting into jail and stuff. So he had one or two specials that are not that good. But before that, everything, the Pimp Chronicles, it's Pimpin', Cat Williams. I'll put pictures again. Check them out. And if you're a Joan River fan, unfortunately, there's not that much full comedy specials of her, unfortunately. But there is one which is in my top 5 specials of all time. It's called An Evening with Joan Rivers in London or something like that. I'll put pictures. It's from mid-80s and it's absolutely unbelievable. I'll do a special episode where I'll just talk about my favorite stand-up specials. The whole episode is going to be that, and I'm going to be reviewing them. But that's it. If you're a fan of these comedians, go and check them out. Or if you're a casual fan, go and check them out. And also, if you want to see a female comedian, for me, Joan River is the best female comedian who ever existed. It's just me, because I like her style, I like her presentation, and she's a very significant figure in the female stand-up comedy industry, or timeline. She's very, very important, and a lot of people don't know about her. And a lot of female comedians, when I talk about her, they don't know who she is. So if you like female comedy, go and check her out. She's amazing. Yeah, and Cat Williams, Robin Williams, that is my favorite comedians. I think that they're great, and I'm going to do a special episode. Okay, let's do Jack Kelly. Oh, that fucking guy. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. So Jack Kelly asks me via Facebook, where are the bodies buried? You ask me where the bodies are buried, Jack Kelly? You're about to find out tomorrow, brother. Ooh, I'm coming for you. Tick tock, tick tock. You cannot ask me a question like that. Then we have another person. Okay, this fucking guy, Sam Serrano, via Facebook. Now, Sam Serrano is legit one of my favorite people, and he will be on the podcast when I start to have the guest. Okay, when can we make it official? Question mark. It's been 7 months, Mike, and I can't cope with the uncertainty of whether you like me. Why can't I find a man who wants to commit? We've done it up the bum. Sam, I have some bad news for you, man. I love you, okay? You're one of my favorite people, but sorry, I'm in a committed relationship with the woman. I know, ew, gross, but it is what it is, bro. I'm very, very sorry, and I'll give you a hug next time when I see you. But now check Sam out. He's hilarious, and yeah, I don't think we've done it up the butt, mate. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we have another question. So these, I put the genuine questions at the beginning because the other ones are just questions from comedians, and they talk some crazy stuff. My battery is about to run out, which is very bizarre. So, but I don't know. So if it cuts out, it cuts out. You're not gonna have an outro. Hold on. Let's do a few more questions, and I'm about to go. Okay, so. Adam Hughes via Instagram, he's gonna be on the podcast as well. By the way, he's very, very good friend of mine. I really like him. He asks, why do you despise the people of Latvia? Let me tell you something about those goddamn Latvians. I'm only joking. I love the people of Latvia. You know what? Latvia is one of those countries where I cannot even hate because I don't know anything about Latvia, to be honest with you. I know stuff about Lithuania. I came to this country. I worked on a farm for a few months. There was a lot of Lithuanians, and I talked to them a bit, so that was quite interesting. I know stuff about I can tell you about Lithuania that. So every country has a main sport, and I don't know, 90 something % of the world's main sport is football, except America and a few other places. Lithuania's number one sport is basketball. Yeah, baby, they have some great basketball players, and they have a lot of people in the NBA as well. And I also know that they are like Nordic people, former Soviet Union. And they are very blonde, they're very tall, they're pale, blue eyes, like proper Scandinavian people. What else do I know about them? They like to drink, they're kind of, yeah, like we have, it's bizarre, like when you meet other Eastern Europeans, you have that camaraderie of Eastern European. I don't know what it is, because like it's so bizarre, because for Western Europeans, when I say when I say, oh, I'm European, and when they ask me, oh, where you from, and I was like Bulgarian, they was like Eastern European, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not European for the Europeans, you know what I mean? But when you meet Eastern Europeans, so because of that, I guess, and because of the shared history of the bloody Soviet Union, those fucking wankers, and because of that, and I think there is like this camaraderie. So that was quite interesting. I learned a few curse words. I think was a laba or lapa or something, which means jerking off. Oh, by the way, the question is about Latvia. See, this is how much I don't. I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about Latvia. Nothing. I think the capital is Riga, or that was the capital of Lithuania. I think that was the Lithuanian. Oh, and okay, sorry, but let's just turn this question about Lithuania. See, I don't know. Sorry, I only knew one girl. I knew two girls, and I thought that they were both from Latvia, but it turns out that one of them is from Latvia, the other one is from Lithuania. So this is, you know what I'm saying? And all I remember is they had massive tits. Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, it's not my fault, okay? How the hell am I the bad guy, okay? That they had massive tits. Whoever, is feeding the women over there in your country, well done. I don't know what you're feeding your women, but they're very good looking. That's the other thing I know. And I think I've met maybe in work or something another from Latvia. Yeah, but they're all very good looking and stuff. And but yeah, Lithuania. What was I about to say? They have yeah, the basketball. Oh, I forgot. Completely forgot now. Oh yeah, so but yeah, learning curse words with the Lithuanians, because you know what it is like when you meet new people, and especially I was 21, I was a stupid kid, and first thing they want to teach you is curse words. So yeah, I know it's laba or lapa. I think it was a lapa, which means jerking off. If there's any Lithuanians now, they're probably screaming at the screen. It's not lapa, it's pronounced That's it. Oh, and I also had, oh my God. So when I was in school back in Bulgaria, because we have like expats, we have Russians, we have a lot of Lithuanians, a lot of those people, and we have a lot who live in Bulgaria or during communist years they came over, whatever it is, right? But because it's like Slavic, we have Polish people as well. It's Slavic, so the languages are very similar, so we can understand each other. I'm not sure about the Lithuanian language or Latvian language, but I used to have this Lithuanian. My philosophy teacher was a Lithuanian woman, actually. So she moved to Bulgaria 15 years ago or something, when she was teaching me, and she was married to a Bulgarian guy, and she spoke Bulgarian, but with like an accent, with a Lithuanian accent, which was adorable and so funny. And I remember she was so, very blonde, very blue eyes, very white, and very good looking woman. And she was old, maybe when I was 15, she was maybe in her 40s or something. But I remember she used to drift off. We talk about philosophy. I don't know, we're studying a philosopher, and she drifts off about her personal life. Yeah, I went to a crazy school, by the way. Like, I'll tell you another time. And she used to talk about her personal life and about her like sex life and stuff. It was bizarre, and she was talking about the guys that her daughter was dating. Her daughter was dating like some crazy people or whatever, and we're just sitting there and we're listening, because it was so entertaining. And she was talking about her husband and whatever he said and he did and she did, and what she thinks about this, and how things are Lithuanian, things are Bulgarian. And she was like, oh my God, Bulgarian men are so hot and this and that. And I was like, what the hell's happening? And I'm in the 7th grade, and that's why why I'm so wild and crazy. A lot of people ask me, Mike, you're so, like, you're proper out there, and I'm a bit crazy. And I was like, if you lived my life, like, if you just been to my school, because before 2007, before Bulgaria joined European Union, it was a lawless country. There was no laws, no regulations. I'm not joking. So the people they used to teach us were like teachers from back of communist day who've been teaching for 40 years, and they were completely insane. We literally had teachers who had like brain surgeries and stuff. They were legit crazy. and I just have a crazy life. So yeah, this was like, I don't despise the people of Latvia because I don't know anything about them. Okay, that's the truth. Latvian people, I love you. I hope you're doing great. And all your beautiful women with big breasts, I hope that they're doing well. Okay, hold on. We almost finished. Favorite comedian? What do you want to do when you grow up? Where are the bodies? Some. Okay, last question is from Justina via Facebook. The question is, what are you going to do with your lottery win or something like that? I don't have the question here, but when you win the lottery, what you gonna do with the money? First thing I'm gonna do with the money: 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bedroom turn into a home studio, second, bedroom just to hey. It's okay, nobody watches this deep into the podcast. Second bedroom, just to chill or whatever, just have a normal room. Keep it. If you win, let's say 300 million, okay, I think that's reasonable amount to win at the lottery. Let's say I win that type of money. First thing you need to do, you lay low, okay? Don't go in mansions and buy, like, I don't want to show up to an open mic spot with a Lamborghini or like a Bugatti or Aston Martin or something. People be like, hold on, what the hell's happening? And I'll be like, hey, comedy picked up, man. What can I say? Look at this car, costs £500,000, comedy doing well. Getting these middle gigs for 50 quid. People will be like, how many are you doing? I'll be like, I don't know, 5,000 a week. 5,000 spots a week, which is insane. First thing, you keep low, and then you go and check with the banks and how they can secure your money. I've been thinking about this quite a lot, to be honest with you, about if I win the lottery. Yeah, and that's it. And then I'll continue to do and just invest in. I want new technology to film. I'll hire a guy to come and film with me, all my gigs and stuff. Start putting out a bunch of content. Build like a studio, maybe somewhere in town, a podcast studio, where I can record podcasts, where I can record, I don't know, little, whatever it is, and just invest so much money into, just building up this thing, because I don't do comedy for money. Like, it would be nice if I can pay my bills with it one day, but that's not the reason I do it. I do it because it's fun, because I want to learn, because I want to get better. It gives me a thrill, a chill, a meaning to, like, when I wake up in the morning, I have a purpose, and that's way more important than all of the money in the world. But I want to, because I don't have that much money now, so I want to invest into stuff and produce more stuff. And that's it. You got to lay low. You know what I'm saying? You lay low. And food. Ooh, I'm going to eat so much, but only good food. And that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that I answer all of your questions. And I will see you in the next episode, and I will do an episode where I'm going to talk about my favorite comedy specials. I'm going to do like a little segment. Okay, that's it. I hope that you have a great week. I'll see you next week. If you're tomorrow in Manchester, come and see me, say hello, and we can have a few laughs and giggles. And in a few weeks, I will bring you the new vlogs and all that.